We've certainly had our fair share of water this spring, but nothing like the year 2008.
That's where this week's Flashback Friday comes from, 16 years ago to the exact date.
Yeah, that's right. This is Evan's first Flashback Friday, so we're excited to have him here. But our former colleague, Chris Williams, was busy reporting on record flooding in Buffalo. It's all part of Flashback Friday, only on The Current on News 8.
Welcome to Buffalo, Iowa, where the Mississippi meets rainwater rising from storm drains.
We got a battle from the back to the front.
With the river this high, there's nowhere for runoff to run to, so it comes here and grows until you can't see the streets anymore. Even water-loving dogs are looking for higher ground. Every home is an island here as residents shovel and bag and build a barrier to keep the water away.
We've just been trying to steadily build the wall up as far as we could.
Most of their efforts are holding, but Cindy Mendez's mother's house became the town's first casualty.
We tried, and the fire department, they would get a wall stabilized, and then they'd get the pumping going, and then another wall would collapse. And then it went 4 times, and finally we just said, we gotta let it go, because we can't keep fighting it.
Family and friends waded through the hall, taking valuables to dry land. Floodwater swallowed the furniture. Cindy says after 2 days fighting, time just ran out.
It's up. We gave up.
All right.
Mother Nature wins.
You know, when I was looking through our old tapes, my boss and I, to find these stories, I was really struck by a flooding story from June. I feel like we're used to seeing those
Later
in
on in the
April,
summer.
in May, yeah.
Or also in the springtime as well, you know, not during like a really dry part of the year.
Yeah.
Fortunately for us, we aren't dealing with that really much this year. I was getting a little bit nervous last month when we had all that rain, but you know, we're kind of in a little bit of a dry spell right now, and that is making, you know, the river levels go down a little bit. So that is some good news there.
Yes, because you haven't been here when the Quad Cities is flooded, have you?
No, but I have driven through here in 1993. I mean, that was the granddaddy of them all for flooding. And even in central Iowa, we had pretty decent amount of flooding back in '08 as well.
You know it.
Absolutely.